What you're about to see may be unsuitable for some viewers. Parental discretion is advised. Okay guys, in order to get our little man to fit in the cockpit, I had to do some surgery. Okay, he already came without a head, so that's why he's like that. But I had to chop off his arm. Actually, all I did was twist. Whatever glue they use is pretty pliable, so I just twisted and pulled off. Alright, so then that leaves his little arm stub there. And his hand wasn't oriented correctly to hold the joystick, so we had to pop that off too. And here's his little stump legs. So the problem with his legs was he was a little bit too spread out there. So anyhow, he was hanging on for dear life, I think, knowing that he's about to fly with me. So anyway, so what we need to do is glue the legs back on straight. I kind of just put everything together just roughly to get an idea here, sizing and everything. I just temporarily glued on the sides of the cockpit. I need to cut out those triangular shaped areas there. So like I said, don't panic. This isn't by any means the finished product. Got the little joystick thing in there and the cockpit. Now I went ahead and glued it in and recessed it back about where the real plane would be. If I were to do this the way Yellow Aircraft has it, that would be recessed back about 3 times deeper, so we're not going to do that. So I'm going to build everything around having this correctly. So on the forum, the F-16 Down Under, I don't remember if it's on RCU or RC Groups, but anyways, he has a pretty good little tutorial. I think he had to cut it here and move it back or something. Anyways, so far it seems to fit in there just fine, but we'll see. So I haven't stuck it in the cockpit in the fuselage, so but I think it kind of just pretty much lines up there and everything seems to fit, if that is so. So anyway, alright, so if we stick this in here, okay, you can see it reclines back like the real one. And okay, also we're gonna have to do lipo on his butt there. He's got kind of a square butt. So anyways, I want him to rest in there so he's not so basically just so he doesn't look like he's made out of resin or whatever he's made out of. He kind of pops up out of the seat. So let's go ahead and pop his legs in the way. See, what was happening was his legs, since they were spread wider, he was hitting the side of the ejection seat there and it just wasn't quite working. So we just need to do a little bit of and we'll also need to cut out a little bit out of the bottom of his legs so that fits a little bit better. Alright, so once we do that, he'll sit more like that, and obviously he won't have the big slices out of his legs there. We don't want to see that. So anyway, and then we'll pop this in. Uh-oh, lost a leg. Okay, let's try that again. Alright, so then you can see pretty much comes right up to the ejection seat, and when I pop his little head back on, that's about where the air hose comes out anyway. So I think it's going to actually work out pretty good. Looking at the pictures, our guy might be just a little bit small, because it looks like in most pictures that they pop up a little bit past the ejection seat, but then I've seen some that looks like he's sunk in just like that. So basically all I want it to do is make it so that his legs fit in there right, and we'll kind of go from there. So I'll probably cut a chunk out of the bottom of his leg just to make sure it fits. So anyway, I can't show you the this part too much, but he's going to hold on like that. And we'll get his little arm to work. I might have to readjust his thumb there a little bit, or cut it out a little bit to make it so that he can hold on. So anyways, so this is one of those, he was probably fine the way he was, nobody's ever going to notice, but I don't know. The more I think about it, then I think, man, that'd be a shame to not have it right. So, and we'll probably bust off his other arm too, and put it more so it's a little bit towards the side there instead of up there. He actually hits the cockpit if you look at it here. So anyway, but it will be something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue his little arm back in the approximate position, and I'll get back to you on the next video. Okay, kind of the first thing I've done here, because I think it'll be easier to work back from the joystick to his arm, is I've kind of temporarily CA'd his hand in the position that it should be. Looks like he's gonna fire on somebody here, so anyways, watch out when this guy's flying around or taking off, because he's ready already. So anyways, then the next thing that we'll need to do is I've got the pilot centered on the seat there, and we'll just basically tack glue. See that open space there? I just kind of cleaned a spot off here, but we're gonna have to fill in that open space. But that's where his arm, whoops, can't really see it, can you? That's where he was bent before. That's his elbow, so we want to keep that so that we keep all the proportions the same. But basically what we'll do is glue it from there to there, and I just have to, I'll probably have to sand the end of his little stump there just a little bit to get the hand to fit in the correct orientation. So anyway, so that's going to be my next little step. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so here we go. First thing I did, I just took 5-minute epoxy and just put a little dab on that one corner where the elbow is, and let that almost cure. And then when it was still a little bit flexible, then I took another little dab and put on the hand there. So anyway, so now you can see he's kind of got a more natural look to him. He's holding on to the joystick and or flight controls, whatever you want to call them, and looks pretty good. So next thing I think we need to take a look at is the legs, and just about where the underneath the knee there, we're gonna have to cut out or carve out the contour of the seat, just so that the leg will attach a little bit neater, because you can see right now there's kind of a wedge shape, and we want to get that to match a little bit more. Right now, if I were to connect his legs, his feet would be, or his legs would be touching the bottom of the dashboard there. So anyway, look kind of funny. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at that. I think I'll go ahead and post that in a different video, but just wanted to show you kind of what I was doing, kind of doing a lot of the tedious detail work, but got to do it in order to get done. So, and then if everybody remembers too, oops, I'll go ahead and put this on. In the forums I was talking about, I'll probably make this a one-piece drop-in unit, so it'll be easy to get to the pneumatics and all the stuff that's inside the cockpit area. There'll probably be a battery. Not 100% sure on that yet, but anyways, it's just going to be kind of rough to have to pull out the individual cockpit and the ejection seat and the pilot and all that stuff every single time if there's a battery in there. I'll try to make it so it drops straight down. In order to do that, I just need to make sure that when we're looking at it from the top here, that the actual cockpit doesn't go beyond this canopy right there. So where you can see it jutting out there like that right there will need to be trimmed off. And I think we can still do that and still have a pretty darn scale cockpit on the inside. So anyway, but you can see it's starting to take shape a little bit. We'll be able to see the cockpit controls. I've got some ideas for that. So there he is there. He's holding on to his little flight controls and getting ready to blast the bad guys out of the sky. So anyway, alright, well I'm going to go ahead and keep plugging on little bits here and there, and I'll see you on the next video.